This is the Conservative Czar, November 2nd, 2012. 4 days before, 4 days before the election, I want to give a little bit of talk about the Senate. And there's some really important issues confronting us in the Senate. First of all, I want to give what I think is the horse race. I think the conventional wisdom, and probably pretty accurate, is the Democrats will still hold the Senate. They're going to lose maybe 1 or 2 seats. They have 53 now, and they might get down to 51. They could even get to 50, and it is possible Republicans could even pick up 51 seats themselves. But the most likely outcome is about 51 for the Democrats. So they retain the Senate. And I would say the odds of the Democrats retaining the Senate are about 70%, maybe even 75%, and the Republicans 25%, mainly on a tie, 50-50. And this is important. First of all, the Senate races are not being talked about. And they're not being talked about by the national campaign. What was needed here is for there to be a national campaign where Romney was saying to everyone, we need Republican senators. Instead, what Romney did was attack Republican senators much more than he attacked Democrat senators. The only senator I know that he went out on a limb to deal with was to attack Todd Akin in Missouri. And that's an important story. Todd Akin made some statements. They were the wrong choice of words, but there was nothing wrong with what he said. The problem with Todd Akin is he's pro-life. And that was the problem. That's why the left attacked and the so-called conservatives attacked, and Mitt Romney attacked him. Todd Akin was written off totally. Couldn't possibly win. He's got to resign. He doesn't resign. He's within 2 points in Missouri. And if those people had not attacked him, Todd Akin could have won. If Todd Akin loses in Missouri, it's directly because of Romney, the Republican National Committee, Peggy Noonan, and Karl Rove, and at all of them who just, this idea. Think about this. Mitt Romney decides he's going to attack one United States Senate candidate. One. He doesn't attack any Democrat. I've not heard. He certainly didn't get exercised by what any Democrat has done. But he got exercised. He got furious, said ridiculous things. Mitt Romney did at a Republican, and I know why, because this Republican was too conservative for Mitt Romney, and he was actively pro-life. He was running a campaign saying, "I am pro-life. You vote for me because I'm pro-life, and they're pro-abortion. I'm on the side of angels, and they're not." That's Todd Akin, and that rubbed Mitt Romney the wrong way. The only United States Senate candidate that he attacks was a Republican. And that attack, Romney's attack on Akin, could cost him the election. And I'm telling you, if this election is within 5 points down in Missouri, then Mitt Romney is the cause for that defeat, not Todd Akin. And there's another election up in Indiana where the same exact thing happened. Murdoch, a candidate, a Republican, pro-life candidate in Indiana, said things which were straight out of Christian theology. That God cares about the unborn. And he is vilified. Now, Romney didn't come out and attack Murdoch. His allies did. And there was an initial same type of Akin reaction to Murdoch. And Murdoch has been vilified in the left and has had no support from the conservatives. They didn't attack him, but Romney didn't come to his defense. And why? Why didn't the Republicans defend Murdoch? Because he's a conservative, pro-life candidate who talks about the issue. And that's the problem. People understand this, that Mitt Romney is not a pro-life candidate. These are pro-life candidates. Two things about this. One is it has been clear for a long, long time that it is impossible for Mitt Romney to change, to repeal Obamacare. He wasn't going to have the votes. I really believe he doesn't want the votes. I really believe the last thing in the world that Romney wants is a repeal of Obamacare. I believe it. I know it, that that's the last thing he wants. He wants to fix Obamacare and have Romney Obamacare. That's what Mitt Romney wants. Had he wanted something different, had he wanted really to repeal, then he would have made an issue about the Senate. He would have made a national issue about the Senate. He would be campaigning for senators to support him in repealing Obamacare. He did none of this. He didn't do any of it. The second point I want to make about these elections, and it goes back to Murdoch and Aiken. Murdoch and Aiken might lose. They both might lose. I think Murdoch might win and Aiken might lose. But they both might lose. And if they did, Mitt Romney, Karl Rove, Peggy Noonan, David Brooks, all of them are going to say, look, we told you so. That you can't elect people like this to the United States Senate. And we warned you about it. And that's what they're going to say, even though they caused the defeat of both of them. But that's not the issue. That's not what's important. Of all of this thing with Murdoch and Aiken, the important thing was that they defended the position. They brought into the public square a defense of pro-life, an attack on abortion, a defense of traditional Christian values. That's what was important. Winning was not important. That the message gets out there is important. That the American people understand that this is what we believe. And win or lose, we're not going to change our opinions on this. To me, the Senate races are much more important than the national race. The idea of a Senator Murdoch and a Senator Aiken brings much more importance to the conservative cause than the election of Mitt Romney. Watch these two races. Don't be discouraged if we lose both of them. Praise these two guys for speaking the truth, for defending our views when no one, hardly anybody else will do it. These are heroes. Murdoch and Aiken are heroes. Win or lose, they're more important. What happens to them and their message is more important than Mitt Romney becoming president. This is the Conservative Czar. See you next time.